Welcome to Quizmaster. Test your geography knowledge.
What is the largest state in the United States by land area? Texas, California, Montana, Alaska. Alaska. Which river is the longest in North America? Yukon River, Rio Grande, Mississippi River, Missouri River. Missouri River. What is the capital of California? Los Angeles, San Francisco, Sacramento, San Diego. Sacramento. Which mountain range runs through the western United States from Canada to New Mexico? Appalachian Mountains, Sierra Nevada, Rocky Mountains, Cascade Range. Rocky Mountains. What is the smallest state in the United States? Delaware, Rhode Island, Hawaii, Connecticut. Rhode Island. Which Great Lake is entirely within the United States? Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie. Lake Michigan. What is the highest peak in North America? Mount Whitney, Mount Elbert, Denali, Mount McKinley, Mount Logan. Denali, Mount McKinley. Which U.S. state is known as the Sunshine State? Arizona, Texas, Florida, Nevada. Florida. What is the capital of Texas? Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin. Austin. Which desert covers parts of California, Arizona, Nevada, and Utah? Sonoran Desert, Chihuahuan Desert, Mojave Desert, Great Basin Desert. Mojave Desert. What is the only U.S. state that grows coffee commercially? California, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Territory, Florida. Hawaii. Which river forms the border between Texas and Mexico? Colorado River, Brazos River, Rio Grande, Red River. Rio Grande. What is the capital of New York State? New York City, Buffalo, Rochester, Albany. Albany. Which U.S. state is made up entirely of islands? Alaska, Florida, Hawaii, Rhode Island. Hawaii. What is the deepest lake in the United States? Lake Tahoe, Crater Lake, Lake Superior, Yellowstone Lake. Crater Lake. Which state is nicknamed the Last Frontier? Montana, North Dakota, Alaska, Maine. Alaska. What is the capital of Pennsylvania? Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, Allentown. Harrisburg. Which U.S. state has the longest coastline? California, Florida, Alaska, Maine. Alaska. What is the largest city in the United States by population? Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, New York City. New York City. Which mountain range is located in the eastern United States? Rocky Mountains, Appalachian Mountains, Cascade Range, Sierra Nevada. Appalachian Mountains. What is the capital of Illinois? Chicago, Springfield, Peoria, Rockford. Springfield. Which U.S. state is known as the Grand Canyon State? Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. Arizona. What is the only state that borders both Lake Michigan and the Atlantic Ocean? New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio. New York. Which river flows through the Grand Canyon? Gila River. Little Colorado River. Colorado River. San Juan River. Colorado River. What is the capital of Massachusetts? Cambridge. Worcester. Springfield. Boston. Boston. Which U.S. state is known as the Bluegrass State? Tennessee. Virginia. Kentucky. West Virginia. Kentucky. What is the lowest point in the United States? Death Valley. Badwater Basin. Salton Sea. Lake Pontchartrain. Badwater Basin. Which state has the most active volcanoes? Washington. California. Hawaii. Alaska. Alaska. What is the capital of Florida? Miami. Orlando. Tampa. Tallahassee. Tallahassee. Which U.S. state is divided into parishes instead of counties? Texas. Louisiana. Mississippi. Alabama. Louisiana. Which U.S. state was the first to be admitted to the Union? Virginia. Massachusetts. Delaware. Pennsylvania. Delaware. Which climate zone covers most of the southeastern United States? Semi-arid. Mediterranean. Humid subtropical. Oceanic. Humid subtropical. Which U.S. state is the leading producer of crude oil? Alaska. North Dakota. Texas. Oklahoma. Texas. Which national park is the most visited in the United States? Yellowstone. Grand Canyon. Great Smoky Mountains. Zion. Great Smoky Mountains. Which U.S. state has the highest population density? New York. New Jersey. Connecticut. Massachusetts. New Jersey. Which state is the largest producer of corn in the United States? Nebraska, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa. Iowa. The Louisiana Purchase of 1,803 roughly doubled the size of the United States. From which country was it purchased? Spain, Britain, France, Mexico. France. Which U.S. city has the highest population after New York City? Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, Los Angeles. Los Angeles. Which national park is home to the world's largest concentration of geysers? Grand Teton, Yosemite, Yellowstone, Olympic. Yellowstone. Which U.S. state has the lowest population? Vermont, North Dakota, Wyoming, Alaska. Wyoming. Which region of the United States experiences the most tornadoes annually? Great Plains, Tornado Alley, Gulf Coast, Midwest Corn Belt, Appalachian Region. Great Plains, Tornado Alley. Which U.S. state is the top producer of wheat? Montana, Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma. Kansas. Which was the last state to be admitted to the United States? Alaska, Arizona, Hawaii, New Mexico. Hawaii. Which U.S. city is known as the Windy City? Detroit, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Chicago. Chicago. Which U.S. state experiences a Mediterranean climate with dry summers and mild, wet winters? Oregon, California, Washington, Nevada. California. Which national park contains the tallest trees in the world? Sequoia National Park, Olympic National Park, Redwood National Park, Muir Woods. Redwood National Park. Which U.S. state is the leading producer of automobiles? Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan. Michigan. Which eastern U.S. city served as the first capital of the United States? Philadelphia, Boston, New York City, Baltimore. New York City. Which U.S. state has the most farms by total number? Iowa, Texas, Missouri, Kansas. Texas. Which major U.S. city is located at the confluence of the Allegheny and Monongahela rivers? Cincinnati, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Buffalo. Pittsburgh.
Leave a comment. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell.